going to expand a little bit. I made a video a few weeks ago showing a little bit about the drums. Just want to talk a little more about what I'm trying to do here, hopefully to help other people out. So what I've been wanting to do and trying to get kind of down pat is to have the, there's built-in drum sets in the Rc-600, and you can control them with, you can obviously just play the beats, but if you want to make your own beats, you can use any MIDI keyboard. This is a mini log. I'm just using it as a just MIDI controller. So you could buy any cheap MIDI keyboard or whatever you want, pad, and plug it in, which is what I've done. So coming out of the mini log is the MIDI cable, and going in here into the Rc-600. In the settings, it's pretty straightforward, but I'll show you, see if I remember here. So MIDI, I have right now just MIDI set rhythm control to 1, and that's what allows, if I turn this off, 2, no more MIDI. 1, goes through. So what I've done that's kind of different is I've decided, well, I want to have input effects, and I could not figure out a way to get the rhythm to have input effects. I could get track effects to work on it, but not input effects. So to solve that problem, I decided to go into my routing. So if I go into menu, go to input, and sorry, not input, output, routing, and we can look at my input rhythm tracks. You can see my rhythm's turned off on all my tracks except for that one, which is sub 2 right, which is this guy. So my rhythm routes out of sub 2 right through this little pedal, which I use to switch from my bass guitar as well. So I typically record bass guitar and drums on the same two, my loops 1 and 2. But what this does is it allows us to have effects. So if I come back out this way, there's some other things I can talk about if people ask about it, but I also route specifically the drums to these K12 speakers, and I pan them left, and I think I pan the bass right, just so they don't step on each other too much in the mix. Yeah, so basically I have 4 effects set up on the drum set now. So as I play, I can turn on and off what is a compressor, a lo-fi thing, a preamp, which I really like, or a reverb. And these are all assigned to that instrument on right channel that the effects come back through on. So just to demonstrate, I'm going to hit play right now. I just have a stored sequence just so I can show you. You don't need to do this. This is just helpful. It's just playing the bass drum. But if I, for example, unplug this, sound stops. It looks like I'm actually routing the rhythm directly out. Let me fix that real quick. So my output, routing, rhythm, I think is probably going to the, oh, that's all right, okay. We'll leave it be for now, just so I can demonstrate the effects. So the effects are, let's start a little loop so I can show you. I should just do the effects first. So if I throw on reverb, let's get this a little more volume for you. So you can hear there's a little reverb on there. Reverb's off. There's a snare with reverb, without reverb. I also like to add my little preamp, and I also have a input effect for, which is just an acoustic. Sorry, somehow it keeps getting switched to toggle instead of moment. but it's an acoustic compressor. Just brings it out a little bit. So now I can actually show you how to make a loop. It's going to be a little tough because I'm trying to do this while recording, but let's just start out by recording just that bass drum, just so I have a click basically. So I'm just letting that play. Now I can stop the sequencer. But I could have done the same thing with my hand and just matched the flashing of the lights. So let's play it. There's the bass drum. Let's add a couple loops on top. So this is where I'm going to actually make the longer loop. So let's do cymbal and snare. Nice effects coming through, a little basic beat. And that's pretty much the gist of it. So everything's playing. He's using the Rc-600 built-in kits. It's now recorded with its effects, and I can just continue to loop. There you go. Get some nice, simple, homemade beats. Good effects.